The Coalition's 2019 victory was all thanks to Scott Morrison.
I have always believed in miracles.
In 2022, their defeat is just as personal.
I still believe in miracles.
The outgoing PM wiping away tears as he addressed his church today.
I'm very pleased that the last thing I say as PM is here.
The backlash against Morrison's politics saw the electoral jewels in the Liberal Party crown fall. McKellar, North Sydney and Wentworth in the Harbour City, Goldstein, Higgins and Kooyong in Melbourne. Many the seats of former Prime Ministers and party greats that had only ever known Liberal rule. Morrison accepting the inevitable.
I've spoken to the Leader of the Opposition and the incoming Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, and I've congratulated him on his election victory this evening.
And announcing he'll be stepping down.
I will be handing over the leadership at the next party room meeting.
But the prospective leader talent pool is now decimated, with likely replacement Josh Frydenberg...
Well, I hope I'm not a bad bloke.
...battling to survive.
It is mathematically possible that I could retain Kooyong, but it is obviously very, very difficult.
Leaving Peter Dutton as sole frontrunner.
And I'm very proud to be in a position tonight where we can claim victory here in the seat of Dickson.
But other contenders may yet emerge.
It is way too early at this stage to even have a discussion about leadership within the Liberal National Party.
So how did it all go so wrong for the LNP? Well, it depends who you ask.
You could go back to the same-sex marriage debate, which dragged out unnecessarily long, the failure in relation to the National Energy Guarantee.
They must address the issue of women in the party.
The recent targeting of trans kids, this is something that this community really feels and hates.
But the woman at the centre of so much campaign controversy was today defiant.
The moderates have been eviscerated and the Liberal Party needs to get back to its traditional values, and I am not going anywhere.
So as the party post-mortem gets underway, its future has never been more uncertain.
3 years from now, I'm looking forward to the return of a coalition government. Thanks, everyone.
So, Baz, if anything like that is to happen in 3 years' time or down the track from that, what does the coalition do now? Does it try and come back to the centre to win back those seats they've lost, or do they go further to the right?
Yeah, that's a debate that will go on within the party now. And I think the answer to that is probably it depends on the leadership and who is the next leader of the party. The party has been going more to the right and more so by the minute, and that's their parliamentary base as well. But they're in a bind because they have a female problem, they have a problem with climate change, they have a problem with integrity. Who are you going to call? Peter Dutton to fix those issues? When he's ideologically opposed not to women but to the other issues.
But if not him, who else?
Well, see, this is the thing. It could, even though it seems illogical, it could be Peter Dutton because now, when you look at the fresh numbers, 30 or 40% of the Liberal Party, the parliamentary party, are now from Queensland. The LNP is not going to change its spot, so you would think they would support Peter Dutton. And the other problem is that if they look for a moderate, the Teals have made a real mess of their numbers. They're so thin on the ground that is the right candidate there.
So Scott Morrison has said he's not going anywhere. He's sticking around.
Yeah.
Scott Morrison does what from here?
He does what every other former Prime Minister does. He just creates mischief. You know, they really ought to get out of there.